The Conceited Knowbody. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Yeah, I was raised in the A, yeah, where them niggas move the dope at, yeah. Niggas hoop like Kojak, got a flow like Geico, but he wrote that, yeah. He ain't never talking about what he gon' do, all they ever talk about what they gon' do. Nigga fucked up, so he pulled that too. Hit a lick on that boy, but it ain't go through. Blam, nigga better run. He ain't think about it before it hit him in his lungs. He ain't thinking ever losing the sun. Thinking that my baby getting big, she turning one. Thinking that my baby getting big, she turning one. Damn.
We was having a pretty dope conversation off air concerning our standing in this captivity. It's still hard for people to understand that we in captivity. Like I was telling somebody, I tell people often that we the only group of people that was forced here. The Irish, the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, anybody, all the Europeans, the Asians, they all came here voluntarily. We were the only ones that got sent here on a fucking boat. We was the only ones as a group that was brutalized, stripped of their heritage. I'm talking about rape, niggas getting fucked, the bitches getting fucked. We the only group of people who encountered that. And people still be looking for equality. That's the dumbest shit in the world is equality, because I always say that if I'm on top and I'm calling shots, I'm not gonna do shit to empower you to be able to call shots with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what they do. I'm gonna give a couple niggas a couple dollars and shit to make it seem like you got a chance, to give you that hope and shit that I can make it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. They put certain people in power. And the ultimate power move they gave was that Obama shit, because they literally was saying shit like, now that you have Obama, can we say racism is over with? Like that was shit that people was actually saying. And
I voted
Shit.
I clicked yes a while. Facebook and
they was throwing banana peels at that one. His ass.
But I knew it was over when Obama came across. And I said, ain't nobody kill him? Because that was the other thing they knew they was going to get most of us with. Ain't nobody try to assassinate him. So that was it. We are free. Now, if you ain't free, that's because you just ain't doing what you supposed to do.
Just choose to be a
You
slave.
want them big girls they used to talk about. That's fucked up.
And I tell
Black
people,
people
like,
easy.
I tell people we ain't free, and they say, firstly, you can get a belief if you want to. They don't understand that we get treated like this around the world. And they don't understand that in this type of society, in this kingdom that we in, everything depends on financial freedom. Who in the fuck you know in their right mind gonna build a house and not at least leave with a spoon? So we done built this country and shit. So why in the fuck wouldn't you give me some shit to leave with? You expect me to just leave empty-handed? Just leave. You know what I'm saying? You sleeping on the fucking house. Your house is built on the foundation that my ancestors bled on, but you feel accomplished. And it's crazy. But look, before we get off there anymore, let me do our proper introduction. This is episode 83 of Conceited Knowbody, best podcast you never heard of. This is Latourus, aka The Blueprint. We up in here with a fantastic crew, like always, the best cast ever, if I do say so myself. To my right, we got our guest in here, rapper extraordinaire, Kevin Kobain. Even though he rap, man, I told you I don't like introducing people as rappers. I don't like to reduce a nigga to, you know what I'm saying? Because when I be at work, they be saying, hey truck driver. I be like, am I an extra in a movie and shit, nigga? I'm the main character. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be truck driver number 1, Bay 11. You know what I'm saying? They gonna reduce, ask me my name, then say hi. Well, we got Kevin Kobain up in here with us, man. For the sake of this show, he's a rapper. He in here. What's happening with you, man?
Man, not much, man. Just, chilling out with y'all, man. Having good conversation,
That's what's up. And to his right, and we definitely gonna kick it with him. He released his new album of best shows. We definitely gonna get into that. I want to figure out like how he got the name of that. I remember the first time I heard that was on a lawsuit commercial and shit. You know what I'm saying? You have a best dose and shit. I jumped up and shit. I said, how can I get that bag?
Still don't know what it means.
I'm trying to get that asbestos bag. I'm trying to get that lead poison bag. I'm trying to get them all. To his right, we got my favorite Muslim, aka, hold on, he got that motherfucker Bruce Wayne jumping today.
Hey man, look.
This nigga came from Gotham. Out here wrestling with white cat women. Hey, what's happening? My favorite Muslim aside.
Another week.
We gotta get you
Hey, I'm feeling younger, man. I want to put that out there at the beginning.
take your hat off. Let me see.
Nah. That's one thing. I said, I used to wear hats all the time. Now I need to bring them back. They back. Because y'all not going to catch me slipping.
Hey.
We still in here. We about to get younger, so the hair going to come back like LeBron.
You feel me?
We're going to get younger. I'm feeling good, though. Just want to say that. I'm feeling good. This about to be my year. I was back at the hoops the other day. We're gonna circle back to that. Yeah, I shot some hoops yesterday. Young cat.
Did you? Was your
Oh,
knees
yeah.
hurting, back hurting?
Nah, but they started looking at me like, man, we should never pick that big that looked like he could hoop.
Oh, you gotta
You
kill
know,
him.
when I wasn't killing, but
You out there out drawing him and
when
shit.
people look at you, they like, oh yeah, we got him. And I'm like, man, y'all put too much in that stock. Yeah, y'all put too much. They really was like, oh yeah.
They thought you was about to do everything on court.
Yeah, they was ready for me to just leave, and I was like, oh hell no.
I'm here, I've earned my seat. I'm gonna stick here. I've earned my right to play basketball. Obama was president. To his right, we got the man that make it all happen. Renaissance Juvie, the producer extraordinaire, the cameraman, the bodyguard of the show. He had knocked me out. A professional boxer, got a fight coming up April 20th. April 20th is get back season. Somebody getting beat up. We ain't playing no motherfucking games.
No.
When you gonna start selling tickets?
Man, I'm supposed to have had the motherfucker, but I should have them next week. We're gonna say I should be selling tickets next week for sure.
But look, we're gonna start, and I'm gonna do a giveaway too. I'm getting
like
2 tickets off you, and we're gonna do some kind of contest and shit. We're gonna get that shit out to listeners and stuff. But like, we're gonna have a fantastic show, like we always do. It felt like spring today. For a minute, well, it looked like spring.
Yeah.
It looked like spring.
It's here.
It's here. I think we done with that retarded shit.
I think
It's
we
here
need
because
something,
Not one more day of it.
It's
man.
6:30.
You said we got like one more day.
Sunlight's
It's
up
gonna
at
be snowing
6:30.
outside.
Sunlight's up at 6:30. It's a wrap. This is it.
I can see that shit happen.
Because, I mean, you're right here on spring break. I mean, y'all gotta, America tells y'all when the kids go spring break, it's spring.
I'll tell y'all something, man. See, we had our conversation over here. And we was talking about the division. I asked a question about segregation, and we had our discussion about it. It went to scripture talk. I feel like it's natural to be separated. It's just a natural thing. Ali said it most poetically: "Birds fly with black birds fly with black birds." And y'all seen that interview before, haven't y'all? He was an eloquent speaker. He definitely said better than I can or could. But if you just look at some shit like the climate, when we get the climate and shit, when the weather drop, man, that shit irritate the fuck out of our DNA. Like it's weird for a nigga to be out here celebrating anything in the cold. When it's cold outside, man, you think an excuse not to do anything. You be like, how come you didn't go to work? Man, I died because it was so cold. You know what I'm saying? And it's not natural for us to be in that climate and stuff. We have a sub-Saharan type disposition. Our skin dark so we can accept the sun rays. A lot of people don't know that. It said that they try to get the so-called Indians and natives here to be slaves, but their skin pigment couldn't take the heat, so they were basically useless. Huh?
It started with the white folk.
Yeah.
They say it started with the ones who came
But,
over.
but they weren't even
captives.
Yeah.
And they didn't cut it.
They seen
made everybody
us.
sick.
And they said, look at them melanated motherfuckers. Those belly, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas absorbing shit like leather. You know what I'm saying? Look at that nigga, he ain't got no sunburn.
He about strong as
All he doing is squinting.
Said he about strong as
Let's call them all John Coffee.
Oh, man.
You know? So they like, look at him, he ain't doing shit but squinting. Like, you know?
Well, see, nobody talks about, man, I hate to jump in here, but man, nobody, and it just made me think about, nobody talks about the other side of the transaction. Yeah, white folks did what they did. How the hell did it happen?
Oh.
There wasn't no great war
Like,
where you got to go to the coast of Africa and we
like,
fought and they fought and everybody just got scooped up. There wasn't nobody's telling the
Because
story.
it was like, it was on the heels of war over there. Like, it
That's
was
the
like,
war that don't nobody talk about. I don't hear.
Because Actually,
That's never in the history book.
it was Israelites that sold Israelites in some cases. People don't know that, but it was like,
That's what
see, you go a little bit deeper. It was the
But
tribe
nobody
of
talks
Gad.
about it.
Because they don't. Because if you start putting names with the faces and shit, then you got a whole other story to tell. If you start saying these was the original Israelites, then you gotta. It's, you know what I'm saying. It's topsy turvy. You gotta start saying, well, what about those people who were supposedly in the
Because
Holocaust?
America's always had their hand in another country, so it's not too far fetched to think that back then, from an early age, they were just doing labor trades, and they had a plug, or they knew something was jumping off from the African coast. Because you just can't get that lucky, man. Like,
this is the
how
part where
lucky
Dino
can
Brown
you-
stands up and say, "It's bigger than me."
Because that's what. Because how lucky can you get that you just go to the coast of the strongest niggas in the world?
That's
Like,
what I- yeah,
y'all
that's
barely
what
found
I-
America. You thought you found India. You
thought
found
they was
America.
gonna take all these
And then all of a sudden you
that story
find.
for real. I mean, that's the story that gives.
Right. I'm just saying, but if you go by that childish story, you're able to find what you think you're gonna, and you just happen to somehow, there ain't no phones back then. How do you know all of us strong Negroes in that continent happened? Y'all just scooped us all up like a system.
This, you gotta understand the slave trade.
Like,
Did no Africans say y'all gonna have to start paying for some of these
On
motherfuckers?
paper, it started in 1619. It's not like they stumbled up on niggas.
Damn.
Niggas had been doing all sorts of things. At one point, they was the rulership in England. The people who we call Americans came from Great Britain. They the descendants of the Roman Empire. So they had been constantly in contact with our ancestors. So they knew the power we was capable of. They also knew that if you could take us from the land and shit, that you take somebody to some foreign land, and the first thing you do when you conquer people, historically, anytime somebody been conquered, the first thing they did was put their ideology in their heads, make them believe how they believe, make them celebrate the shit they celebrate, give them their language. And if they take you to the middle of fucking Mexico and shit, nigga, and smack you around for 7 days, you can be fluent and shit.
I get that, but that backstory before the roots, that's gonna be a hell of a story somebody don't want to tell.
I mean, it's not. That's the thing too. That we wait for people to tell us a story.
Because the war ended crazy.
We wait for people to tell us a story that we can go and read for ourselves.
That's a hell of a story to make.
Talking about a movie.
Yeah, I mean, because there's never been any atrocity that great on Earth in the history of Earth. Where a motherfucking country that professes to be the greatest nation on Earth has been built on another. You don't see the Asians. You can't look at China and say, man, they built that shit on the Mexicans, bro. They built it on themselves, and
Why do you think that story never been told?
I just want to leave it out there like that. I know we talked about stuff like that off air, but it just made me think.
That's just, I mean, it's always deep, man. Like, we never get, like, when we was in school, they tell us stories like George Washington never told a lie. George Washington, father said, who cut down the cherry tree.
I see why
And they tell us shit like he had wooden teeth, but they'll tell you he had fucking slaves. You know what I'm saying? They make you want to grow up and idolize the fucking motherfucker that oppressed your ancestors. Made you go pick shit up that you ain't put down. You know, get my hat. That ain't my hat, sir. Pat! Here's your hat, boss. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. But it's just the conditioning and shit. Like, we identify with so much bullshit. Like I say, like we let people define our thoughts of success. If you, like, I was thinking about the Olympics. I was seeing somebody talking about, matter of fact, on the movie Us, the mother told the daughter, if you keep running track, you can go to the Olympics. And she said it as if it was an accomplishment. If you go into the root of the Olympics, the whole thing in the Olympics when it was originally instituted, it was to venerate Greek gods. That's what the basis of the Olympics are, to venerate the Greek gods, to appeal before them. And so we so happy to get engulfed into that to where we think it's an accomplishment. College, you get a bachelor's degree. Bachelor is short for Bacchus, a demon Elohim, a demon god or whatever. But we so caught up in the system that we take everything they say as achievement and take it. We thought Spike Lee was one of the real niggas in Hollywood at one point in time. He was crying a couple years ago talking about Oscar so white. They don't want to do it. I don't understand crying to your oppressor. I don't understand, like, nigga, do black Oscars. Why do you have to get what they want to get? So then you win one this year. You jumped at Samuel Jackson's arms and shit like a beautiful bride and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
crazy.
Some
nigga,
gold
relax.
shoes on. With some gold shoes
Yeah,
on too.
man. Jordans too. But I don't know, man.
You always know how to get that Sunday off, though. That's what those times are called, man. Like in the plantations down south, You get Sunday off.
Say that Sunday.
Yeah. If you really brought him man some money, I mean, I hate to just simplify it like that, but that's what it was. You get that type of jubilation.
That's crazy.
When you deny a certain recognition after a while, it's a pimp game, man. You give it to them after a while, and they're like, oh yeah, they love you. They ain't going nowhere. You really felt their.
The late great Malcolm X said, "You can't put a knife 12 inches in my back, take 6 inches out, and call it progress." You know what I'm saying? That's as deep as it gets. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it works.
It do.
And at the end of the day, many greats have called it out to just take it out a few more inches.
Pause. Hey, listen. Hey, that was a little bit a ride, man. You know we got to kick in the bullshit. We got to sprinkle some bullshit in here in the midst of real shit, and I would be remiss if I didn't say how in the fuck did that queen get those charges dropped.
Man, I don't know, man. I'll be like, what the fuck going on around this motherfucker?
Justin Smollett had all 16 felony. Did you hear about this? All 16 felony charges dropped. I tell people all the time, and this is a gay world.
It's easy. I see it easy. I mean, because how much was it? How much of it was real?
How much what was real?
The whole. Yeah. I got mine off Instagram, so did everybody else. We don't know if this nigga ever really called the cops.
Nobody knows.
You know,
I
like,
mean, it could be a whole hoax.
I mean, because we don't know that he actually held up the police station where these motherfuckers came out. It was a really big taped off investigation. There's news stories out there, and there's just cars going like. Because if he just bluffed the internet,
was it on the news?
And the news reports some internet bullshit.
I don't know.
Like the actual news,
You talking about that when it happened?
Wherever it was, because I got up in the morning
the incident.
and seen that
was
shit
it ever on the news?
The
Or was
internet
it just,
is the news.
That's the problem.
Have you ever? When was the last time you sat down and watched Debbie Nuts talk?
But again, you
But
can't hold me accountable
like,
for what happens on Instagram.
Hold on, he got interviewed by some motherfuckers like news shows.
If I ain't ever called the cops, it's not a felony.
He called the cops. Remember when he was manager house, called the cops. That's how that shit. He went there and shit, splashed that overlay and whatever. Fairy dust, sprinkled and shit on your shit, getting a little glow you looking for.
Like, because
I don't know, bro.
if you get all the felonies dropped, then something's like, all right.
And this is why I say it ain't what you know, it's who you know. He has close ties with Obama. Michelle, that's what everybody's saying.
And maybe he did call the cops and take the prank too far. You right? He had a
That ain't no fucking prank, nigga.
He was
trying.
Clearly,
He was trying. That nigga was trying to do something. That nigga was trying to get them album sales through the roof.
Yeah, I say this though, like money talks. Like I don't like it's regular dudes in the street who don't be crazy, dumb drug charges, murder charges, and I'm pretty sure like all this stuff put together don't equal up to like a drug charge or an actual murder charge. I know. We know people who don't beat these type of charges, like maybe not them exact ones, but charges that's at least as big or bigger. Like, you know, money talks, but I don't necessarily think he got enough to buy a case though. So it's got to be somebody.
Money talk, but he didn't go to trial.
Was it even a real case though? Like,
yeah, it's a fucking false informant. He has 16 felonies.
That's what I'm saying.
He has 16 felonies.
The same thing. So
money talk, but when you gotta understand. The gay people is infallible today.
More than the Jewish money?
The homosexual community is powerful.
Socially, if
you do something that causes a rift into what they got going on and shit, man, they had Perez Hilton down here calling him all kinds of despicable liars. I don't know if y'all know who he is.
I know.
But he like King Head of the media. And he like that motherfucking torchbearer and shit. He like the fucking Statue of Liberty. I don't really want to say his name again, Perez Hilton. He like the man. And he was out there. Like they whole little clique turned on him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not one of us anymore.
He came out walking strong.
Then he got kicked off the show for the rest of the season. So it had to be. They started taking their support away from him, where they erasing their tweets and stuff of support. The thing is, he beat the case, and I don't know how I feel about it. I don't even know how I feel about it. Typically, if this was a heterosexual nigga, I'd be like, yeah, we got him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all for to beat the case. You know what I'm saying? I'm all we beat him. 1994, again, OJ. You know how happy I was he got away? I still remember the history class. This is how fucking crazy that shit was. They had this shit on the news and shit, and the reaction between the white side of the class and the black side was totally different.
And it came out midday too. Nigga.
And what? Hell yeah.
Cause I remember being home early or something. I was home.
I was probably training you. But go sit on, get your ass over there, sit outside.
I was on up, nigga.
But the thing is though,
Almost 10.
I cheer for niggas. Generally, I cheer for niggas, right? Like I always cheer for us, no matter what. Like the first thing I see is black. Then I hear the story. You know what I'm saying? Black woman say she's raped by 100 white men and she didn't feel it. Like I can't believe these fucking no feeling having white people. I just automatically go for it even though I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? But him, it's like he kicked himself off the team when I have no compassion if you want to do that, man. You put yourself out there. So I don't know how I feel because I don't know if he stuck into the system or what.
Man.
I can't take that as a victim.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it is what it is. He beat it, and
I don't know what to think about that. I'm gonna say
I just know it's some people who well deserving to be the case in the
yeah,
hill.
you know what I mean?
There's some
Like,
people out here
man.
fighting cases who
Come
deserve
on,
to beat it
really
because they're trying to
fight.
feed their family. He's trying to get a publicity stuff. But
And just beat
how do you threaten him? Like they always say that in Hollywood, and I don't subscribe
How
to
many
this notion.
charges was it again?
16, 15, or 16.
Niggas be all them motherfuckers. Bro.
Every single one. Them motherfuckers.
Effortless.
Listen, man. It's like
How much time he do? They lock him up?
Nah, but I mean,
He
something
got- he
like
took a
that,
picture.
I don't give it that much
he
credit.
took them little mug
I don't
shots.
give it that much credit because when you beat them that fast, and something was totally off. They
All the
just
way off.
front loaded you with all
That's
the
why I'm
bad
at the side
publicity.
when he like,
You
man,
can
this
do
shit ain't
something,
real.
and then you hit a couple mailboxes along the way. Well, they're gonna hit you with all them charges, or it'll just be one act and side effect.
That shit can't be
Something
real.
clearly wasn't gonna stick. They still gonna say we got 16 and we're gonna press. And he got off. Now he get to walk out strong and tall and like a strong black woman, you know.
Queenie.
Look, he I mean, but teaching.
He came in there. I can imagine. He came in there and shit with that pink motherfucking
He
9
probably had a
millimeter.
hell of an acting.
Pete
Oh,
Butler,
that
yeah.
nigga kicked that motherfucker doing with the
Yeah,
motherfucking
yeah.
6-inch stilettos.
He's on.
Cause Justin, he that kind of
movies,
motherfucker get dressed. He
He's-
came in there, he waved that little pistol. All you hear is, Justin, we didn't mean to tell. We didn't mean to tell. That's the Nigerians that snitched on him. Shit. He came there pistol whoop them niggas, man.
He's
He went
getting
there
an
pistol
Oscar
whoop.
in the next 2 years.
No, he not. His career's over.
Just,
His career's over. Do you think he got a
The
career?
power of
Listen,
what he
I
about.
think something.
Kevin Spacey career's over.
No.
Kramer's career died. Percent. You can't go against certain factions and shit and still think you. And then he wasn't the important type of person where he was making a lot of money and stuff for a particular brand. If you're making money for a brand, they do some shit like push you to the side for a minute. Hey, you come out crying with a speech and shit, say you was anxiety and you was depressed.
He's gonna
Shit
let
like
everybody
that.
know he is willing to do whatever. So somebody's gonna.
He let us know that he got connections. That's what I gathered out of it.
Definitely.
Come in
He
2
definitely
3
got
years.
connection. He's 16 charges.
Now we gotta talk about your girl.
Who's this? Cardi B.
Yes.
Tatiana.
Cardi B done our well.
She what? If you all haven't known, Cardi B, I'm gonna tell you.
So y'all know what to see speeches.
I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. Cardi B, she had an I don't know if it was a Facebook Live or a post or whatever, but she talked about she used to get she used to work as she was a stripper, a dancer, as I like to say. And she said that she would entice men, make them think that they was gonna hit, and then she would get them to the place and she get them drugged and robbed.
Mona Lisa.
Hyenas.
Yeah.
Little Tunchi talked about that.
Hyenas.
The thing with that is though, I'm gonna tell you where she fucked up at. Cardi B, she's one of these chicks who try to be cool. Where she say shit that she thinks gonna make motherfuckers like, you got him, girl. And it's not cool. She's not aware of her surroundings. The bitch, they just took out Bill Cosby for that shit that she talking about. So when she say it, people react. Me myself, man,
Different.
what's the
I'm a
difference? Go ahead, hold on. Aside, what's the difference?
It's different.
What's the difference?
She a woman. They ain't gonna.
No, I'm not talking about the sexual difference, gender difference. I'm saying what's the difference in what happened overall.
Oh.
Men are more powerful. Again, I know you ain't talking about the gender, the sex difference, but that's where it's gonna keep coming. I know there's no difference, right? But that's where it's gonna come back to. Like, they gonna give her that pass of
Like, nigga, what you
street
doing in
life.
that situation? You should have been in that situation.
Unless she kill a prominent person, or the people behind the scenes think, well, she ain't robbing none of us, did she?
It should be all
She
kind of
cool.
niggas coming out now.
I wish I would. I wish I had freak
You know what I
women
mean? Like, I would
where
be
Shay
like,
Club. I'd be on the news
come
with
on,
my
man.
lawyer crying and
Cover
shit.
No
your shit.
woman's
Put
ever
a cover
going down.
over
That
your
would be
shit,
groundbreaking if a woman ever went down.
What do we
for a
have to do to
crime.
make this happen?
Actually, we
stitched
could
in?
actually start
Niggas,
something.
bro.
Have you ever been in where a woman's taking advantage of you?
Yeah.
You have? Would you like to speak on it? Play the song, please.
We can start here. We can get a lawyer.
What about you, man? You ever been in a situation?
Nah, man, I can't say that I have, man. I ain't even gonna lie.
So you don't even know if he's really been taking it.
I don't know.
It's like,
I don't know.
Like,
I need some counseling right now.
So you need some counseling?
Man, shoot, maybe I have. I don't know.
Hey. Yeah,
I
I'm
told her
on-
I wasn't gonna tell. You do whatever.
Man, shit, I'm-
my thing is though, man, like we making fun of it, but when you in a situation like that with that kind of limelight, you gotta be more aware of what you saying. If and it is totally different because it is a woman. And Cardi B is a female. I won't go as far as call her a woman. I don't want to disrespect women out here. But the thing is, imagine who's the hottest. If Drake said that.
Yeah.
I was out here, man, you should see me. I had these
Drug
bitches.
come through, drug
They
them,
gonna be
around
over.
taking money.
It's rap.
He's gone, boy. You doing 20 to life.
Have you ever, you know what I'm saying? You ever, slip some of the Alka-Seltzer the bitch drinking shit?
Hell
Kill her
no.
cold, trying to kill her cold.
Hell no,
Yeah.
bro. Hell
You
no.
know, dog.
Have you?
Most I did was pour the full quadruple shot. Told her it was two. Told her it was a double shot. Full quadruple, told her
Like,
it was
how
double
bad
shot.
do how?
I thought about dropping that blue pill in there.
You did. What's the blue pill?
Plan B. We're gonna do this one way or the other. Either you come over and take this Plan B, or you come over and have margarita with me. One time. We gonna do some Plan B. Look, man, she said, I'm gonna take that Plan B. I said, all right, I'll wait. We gonna take this.
The thing with Cardi though, she tried like she was a martyr. She backed up what I was doing, what I had to do to survive. I guarantee you go through the database of Walmart. She never applied for a job there. This survive shit. Listen, man, people are fucking overdoing the struggle.
I'm telling you.
It's a lot of shit like people over. I'll be watching fights all the time. It's 2019, 2018, last year. And I'm still hearing people talking about how they had it hard coming up and shit. They had to sleep in the doghouse and shit and fanned off cats. Like, niggas be having the most incredibly tough stories. I'm like, man, are we still some of these tough stories and
Come
shit?
on,
You know what I'm
man,
saying?
like,
Like,
yeah.
everybody grew up in the ghetto. Ain't nobody come like Errol Spence with 2 parents and shit. All you niggas had it rough. All you niggas mama was smoking crack like Tupac. What the fuck is going on in the world?
Come on, man.
I know it's people coming rough, but it's like seeing a roach.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a roach since the mid-90s. Who the fuck still got roaches? Who the fuck still... Well, it's so many ways you can make money and shit, or just
You ain't
survive.
gotta be selling that shit like that, no. Like, even like Jared Hurd, he went on meat, no,
Yeah.
But the diamonds come from the pressure, though. It's, you know,
But,
diamonds
like,
made from the cold.
What do you think, Cardi? And we don't know what Cardi been through. Shout out to Cardi. Anything you heard slanderous on here was Sandy.
Shout out to me.
But like, what should happen? And if anything, like we make a joke out of it. If anything, what should happen?
We need a couple dudes to come forward.
I need her to give me a cheap ass
Now
lawyer.
that's crazy.
Who all hit Cardi, man? That's what we need to know. If you hit Cardi, come DMTC keep
You know it.
podcast. We gonna put a case together.
But see,
That's crazy. Though. What would happen if some dudes really came forward? Though?
These some sucker dudes.
Like,
They
what
probably-
would-
Bitch ass niggas, they can't hold they pill poison.
They probably put that case on back. Like every trial be in 2026.
Yeah, they not saying that. No, I mean, if you had that script, you ain't saying that. You didn't say nothing back then. You ain't about to say nothing now. You done made that money back.
But that's the case being made for every woman who coming out against Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and all those. Like, and keep in mind, I don't condone anything they may or may not have done, but years ago, like shit, if she robbed me 10 years ago,
Oh,
I can't get old.
you
could
come
the
out.
men get? Did we actually get together?
That's
Because
another thing. Cardi ain't even
how many
old.
men could have gotten robbed? Let's start there.
Yeah.
What if some dude really got hurt?
What if a nigga got put out of his apartment because he got rid of it? His rent money was taken.
So what we
There's
need
so
to
many
do-
variables. He lost his place and shit. His wife said where the money at.
This is
They
how-
got a divorce.
She left him. Now
This
he
is why
on
we can't
heroin
ever
because he lost
figure
his
it out.
family and shit.
Because when they say, all right, all the girls you fuck, it's like, shit. I done forgot. Like, how we gonna line this? You know, I done forgot their names. You know, girls don't forget shit. So everybody can say R. Kelly, Robert Kelly, R. Kelly, and they can sing I Can Believe, I Can Fly. And they can huddle up and get this one dude. But right now, if all of us hit the same chick, then that's random. Because we all four from different sides. But if we all did, we couldn't figure it out.
If money was on the line, you damn sure we can. I can imagine you got to.
I only had two, so like, he holding it
Yeah,
up.
I went to the Bronx before.
Hell yeah.
Sound like Cardi, yeah.
She was talking like this.
You too, bro?
Yeah.
It took $50 out of my wallet when I was asleep.
That's all she got you for. That bitch took $2 million on my wallet, man. I need it all back. But on some other shit, on some real shit, I'll go back again to her trying to be cool, which was why she say this. And this how come I always say, man, ain't no woman who truly happy sit around on social media like Cardi B do. No woman. If you think about every woman that's on social media daily talking shit, arguing with motherfuckers, it's some sad shit going on. So if this was your girl and she was on here saying this shit, how would you react to that? Now you Offset. Now how does this Offset? He's been emasculated. He's on Ellen doing dumb shit. But what?
What Offset do?
Out there giving her the money to her foundation.
See, Offset about to make that,
Man,
They glow up.
And they done already rebranded him.
and that's the thing, right there. That's a good word for it, too, because that's really what it is. Somebody told him, look, bro, and I probably Cardi's people said, look, we could either do this the way we used to doing it and just be the next fly, you king of New Orleans, or we can actually let you in, like niggas like Juicy J, Snoop Dogg. If you jump on the social media wave now, you just rebrand yourself. Get back with her.
Could you imagine being second fiddle to your girl?
They cutting them checks. That's
I'm not talking, man, as a fucking man. Fuck as a fucking desolate,
that
needy
way.
motherfucker.
That way.
fuck, listen, take away you and your situation wanting free rent. As a motherfucking man, could you imagine being second fiddle to your woman to where you gotta sit around and watch her say silly shit on social media? I ain't had these niggas. Can you imagine just laying in bed? You and your girl had conversation when y'all in bed and shit, y'all discovering each other and shit. You like, this bitch was stupid when she was in 10th grade. She tell you 10th grade story, this bitch was retarded in 10th grade.
That's how it be.
So Cardi telling you some shit like, aside, man, I gotta tell you this to work at won't. Man, this one nigga thought he kept squeezing my ass because, you know, I was dancing, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing to me. And he thought he was going to give me this pussy, but, you know, this your pussy today. But he thought he was going to give me that pussy back then. I took you here and you see that blue cup? It was a blue cup just like that. He drank out of it. I gave him this poison. He fell asleep. I robbed him. How would you respond to this since you let him be talking to this bitch, man?
Man, that's so many red flags.
Let him hit.
What did you say?
There's so
You
many.
ain't let him hit. I'm gonna make sure she won't fuck him. If you didn't fuck him,
That's what you
but
was saying.
yeah, but
If she did fucking, what that got to do with you?
yeah, you tell you goddamn story. I don't want to hear this shit. Man. You drugs to do that, yeah, sex with it all, whatever. For how much money did you get? You know.
You ain't left over? This bitch got a multi-platinum album. You talking about you got any other money left over? What you about to say though?
The crazy thing is, like, I want to know when he heard this story because it's like,
I know.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if he just hearing this right now, I know he got to be.
What if he sitting there writing one of them motherfucking goofy ass raps? I'm a roller coaster. I'll be going up and down. 8-10.
But honestly, man, let me.
Like he here on her fucking line talking, he in the middle of writing that bullshit. He like, is that on? Is you too? Are you writing rap too?
That shit
You know what I'm saying?
You
That's
must be in there
crazy.
writing.
Right. What you about to say, son?
There's street girls like that though.
Oh,
And there's a lot of niggas out there who like them girls where it's just like they just some street girls where it's like they was made from the same rough background that niggas claim they come from. And so if a girl's holding their own, there's some dudes who just let it ride where it's like, all right, That's my girl. As long as she's loyal, she down. They just like that ghetto. I think Cardi tried to be a little more that
Cool.
stereotypical ghetto.
I told you, cool. I'm gonna ask you this, and then we're gonna move on to our interview. From where you sitting at today in your respective position, I respect all y'all opinions on here. Is there such thing as a 70-year-old Cardi B?
No.
There's a 70-year-old Cardi B. You see a 70-year-old Cardi B?
No. I know an old woman who be acting like that though.
Do you?
Hell yeah. But no.
Can you see like?
Gold too.
Can you see a
Yeah,
Good weeds.
That's a
too.
profile. That's a profile.
Tits still there because she got plastic surgery. She's old, but she still got money. She still smell like good cologne.
Best
She gonna
friends
be one of them
with-
old.
Best
This
friends.
bitch got on
I'm
fucking
sorry, I
bro.
don't fuck with no.
Best friends with her granddaughter.
Who?
Best friends with her granddaughter.
Man.
He probably all that shit. Hell yeah.
Like,
She
what
got that
does Cardi B
Hispanic
do once the lights go out? And this go back to the happiness shit. Like,
That's the thing, you know.
Give you a little bit of that old flair.
what you mean?
Come around and do a little, just do her personality.
Yeah,
She's
old
just gonna
shit,
become
try to do
old.
some- yeah.
They're not gonna let her come out of the spot. We gonna, even if she fall off today, I want to see 70-year-old Cardi. If you still alive at 7, I want to see you. You gotta come back, and we're not. She's one of the people you're not just gonna let disappear.
How did she stay relevant? Because she don't have, I mean, what makes Cardi B relevant is we talked about, she has a relatable attitude. Even for all the shit we saying today, she's still down to earth. And that down to earth, it can be a gift and a curse in this climate. We like real shit, but the world don't like real shit. The shit she said only stands out in light of what has happened to men due to this Me Too movement. Had she said this 7 years ago, everybody said, oh, that's some street shit.
Mm-hmm.
But when you out here hanging niggas for that shit, she has to get hit with that bullshit. She gotta be aware of that. That's just how I feel.
I could definitely see her on something like The View, like I could definitely see her on something like The View, some
And them
sort of
bitches
talk
would
show.
be terrified of her. Them motherfuckers be jumping every time she moves. Oh shit!
Man,
Them bitches be terrified, man.
She gonna mature. She gonna flip the script, man. I call it that. She gonna flip the script. They all do. They come out with that persona, and then they just flip the script and they chill out. And you gonna be like, damn, just like Daniel, Takashi 6ix9ine. You wild, crazy. When the lights come on in real life, they flip the script. They really know how to act normal. She gonna get back with it. Fall back, have a few kids, cash out.
Yeah. Thing with that though, man. I was gonna ask something about Takashi, man. I was gonna ask about him because a lot of stuff come out this case, and we definitely gonna move on to our interview. They said that he started telling after he found out they was gonna kill him.
Oh yeah.
Like when they said they was gonna kill him. Did that change the fact that he's a snitch? Like if this and let's not be super macho here. Let's not play the super macho thing. What I mean by that, let's just be honest with ourselves.
I think what it really was, he found out they was fucking his girl. That's what I think it
I
was.
think that's what it was.
Hell yeah.
Nicky Barnes. That story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause it was a video with his manager chilling out with her after he got locked up and shit. I'm like, he must have got wind of that, and that's what the fuck it was. He was probably gonna do it anyway, but that probably just like, oh, these niggas are fucking my girl. You gotta tell on these niggas now. That's what I think it was.
But they snatched him up though when they got the recording of them talking about they gonna kill him, right?
Yeah, they got the.
I don't know, man. It's crazy, but
He
for the
just
record,
should've never been perpetrating in the first place. That's really what.
you said what?
He should have never been perpetrating in the first place.
That's the main
He
thing.
was already gonna blow up. He was on his way up already. I didn't even know he was like deep in the game. I could tell he was repping something because that first video, Gummo, he had the red bandanas on, throwing up the shit. But then you start talking to Chief Keef, and these is little niggas from the Midwest. You know these niggas is really about it.
He started
It's
talking
like,
that gangster shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for him to be saying that shit, we should have knew there was somebody around him and shit that gave him that comfort. You know what
You
I'm
see,
saying?
you see pictures and video of him before he got on. He had quinceañeras doing
Yeah.
fucking dances and shit. Like, it's like you don't gotta do all that. Like, especially now, like being a gangster can hurt you more than it help you. Like as far as now, cause you see Lil Yachty, he making more money than damn near all these young rappers, and he ain't got no sort of gangster image. He ain't got no tattoos. He don't even smoke weed. Like he got deals with Target, Walmart, all sorts of
Yeah,
shit.
he
Like
got a stupid the New Balance.
yeah.
New Balance.
We about to talk about a real rapper.
Yeah, fuck all them, man. Let's get to the
Talk about a real rapper.
Let's
Ja
get to
Rule?
the main
Absolutely.
Oh.
Are y'all ready? Are you ready?
drum roll.
I guess not. Hey man, let's don't front. At one point in time, he was Drake.
With Ja
Let's
Rule,
don't front. At one point in time, he was Drake.
he's putting up them classics.
Hell yeah. But we here, man, with the guest of the hour, the man of the hour, rapper extraordinaire. Are you from here?
You know, from
Indianapolis home. Kevin, don't call me Kurt Kobain.
Don't call me that.
What's happening with you, man?
What's going on, man?
First
The best
off-
podcast in the world right now.
Right on, man. Really appreciate that. And before we get started, I do want to say that I enjoy your commentary on the things that we talk about on air, off air.
Appreciate
the
it.
breath, the fresh air to get somebody who can.
Some comments, some regular
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
And this ain't no slight to nobody else
Yeah,
because
it's not.
all the guests we
It's not.
had recently, I had some conversation.
Yeah.
And he pointed out something that he, American, and C-Dub, shout out to them. They all was in the same competition. They got first, second, and third place.
Yeah.
So shout out to them, previous guests. And we're gonna do something to incorporate all three
That's
of
gonna
them.
be hard. Yeah, we're gonna have to have all y'all on the show.
Yeah. So without further ado, we welcome you to the podcast, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, bro. Blessed to be here, man. Straight up.
So we talked about at the beginning of the show. You got an album just came out called Best Of.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you feeling about that project?
Man, I'm actually feeling real good about it, man. I can't even lie, bro. Like, for real. Man, I've been telling people this shit was coming out for a long time, and it just now came out. Like, it was to the point where I think people thought I was lying about it. Like, is this nigga really rapping? Like, I see videos of him in the studio, but is he really rapping? Why is he there? But yeah, I feel real good about
So they
it.
start treating like detox.
Yeah, like, man. I got.
You said you feel like. So how long had you been working on the project?
I mean, well, it seemed that much longer to me and everybody who know about it, but it's really only been like maybe 5-6 months, really.
Okay. How long you been making music?
I've been making music, like, seriously, like, probably about, I say 2 years.
It's about 2 years. So
Yeah.
I say about a year and a half. You was like, I'm up to the project again.
Yeah, it all started out like my homeboy Chill Lavelle, bro. Like, if y'all get a chance, y'all need to check him out too. Like,
Lavelle?
bro, I used to be in the studio with him all the time, bro. Like, just watching him rap, and he one of my favorite rappers. So, and it's like I just sit back and I'm like just looking. I'm giving him like I'm just saying little things here and there. And then, like, it got to the point where I'm going home listening to beats now, and I'm writing, and then, like, I come back to his studio, like, hey, man, let me record this. Like, yeah, you know, then it became, like, something I did every day. Like, you know, now it's just what I do.
How old are you?
25, bro. Just turned 25 in February, bro.
That's what's up, man. Happy belated birthday.
Right on.
That's what's up. So, can you give us and this is your first album?
First, yep.
What was the process of going through the recording this first album?
Man.
Like, how did you decide on the title, how many songs you have, and you didn't have any features on here, did you?
Nah, no features.
No features. That's
Yeah.
hard.
Right on, bro. Like, all right, well, the title, like, man, bro, I'm on YouTube all the time, man. Somehow, randomly, you know how weird shit pop up on your recommended feed. It was just something about asbestos, so I just watched it, clicked on the shit, and it was talking about, like, how it's deadly and how, like, it's like basically really thin little strings, and they get caught up in, like, you breathe it in, they get caught in your bloodstream and whatnot, and then it may kill you.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's that shit. Yeah,
Well, maybe I was pronouncing it wrong. I apologize for my stupidity. Thank you, Jabbar, for making me feel less than a motherfucking human being.
the only.
Put me in the LD class.
I only know that 'cause these motherfuckers they always be
Asbestos.
talking
You
about
know
that
what?
shit.
When I was in asbestos, that shit wasn't even sounding right when I was saying that shit, man.
Like, I just thought that's how you pronounce it, so I was like, you know what I'm saying?
That's how we say it in our language.
Yeah.
So, colloquialism for y'all that don't know.
That's how the white people say it at my job.
The best.
So, yeah, that's best.
White people always right. Continue.
Yeah.
No, we'll go ahead though.
Yeah, and the recording process was like, I never been to, like, I mean, outside of my boy Chill House, like, I never been to a studio, so I just got on the internet one day and just looked up studios in Indianapolis, and Azimuth was the first one that popped up. So I just started going there, like, and that's I recorded the whole album there.
That's
like,
where everybody going. Ain't that what everybody said?
Where you said Azimuth?
Azimuth.
Yeah, they just
No,
said
it's
the
like,
spot
it's
right
like
there.
I think
Yeah.
53rd 153rd, like it's a little bit past the fairgrounds. Like
Yeah, that's somewhere different. Everybody else been talking about they go downtown.
Oh, Wabash. You talking about Wabash? Yeah.
Wabash.
So that's where you created. That's where this project.
yeah, man, and it's like it's crazy because like it feels so professional, bro. You walk in there, they got pictures of Snoop Dogg, like you know what I'm saying, up at the mic. They got pictures of DMX, of course, the nigga holding a cigarette.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Bro, looked like he was preaching, bro. Looked like he was giving one of them legendary DMX sermons right there. Like, Moneybag Yo, and like platinum plaques on the wall, D12, like bunch of people. And like, you know, it kind of motivated me even more once I got there because I'm like, damn, people really making hits in here. And, you know, it's all over the world. So, you know, and basically I recorded the whole album there. And I've been working with this engineer named Max. And he pretty much engineered the whole project. And, you know, I'm proud of it, bro. Like, real talk.
When you said you got motivated from seeing that and seeing that all those established artists, some of those superstars, some of them were icons,
Yeah.
did it intimidate you at all? Like the first time you get in this whole professional setting and shit, did you kind of have like that offbeat in your chest and shit, like you can't, or did you just get in?
I ain't even gonna lie, man. The picture of Snoop Dogg, cause it's like, bro, you really think about it, you can't name a more famous rapper than Snoop Dogg, bro. Snoop Dogg could go literally walk in Japan or Africa, everybody know that Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
I think Jay-Z could walk around Japan and Africa, not everybody gonna know that that's Jay-Z. Everybody knows Snoop Dogg.
Camels have you seen walk on 2 feet?
Huh?
Camels have you seen walk on 2 feet? They look at that nigga, look at Beyonce husband. Ain't that a bitch? But yeah, no, I'm joking.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. Snoop, he's one of the artists who's transcended music. When we talk about people more than rappers, when you think Snoop, I honestly, when I think Snoop, I just think Snoop. I don't think Doggy Style. I don't think rapper. I think just a Snoop.
Jay-Z
You know what I'm
turned
saying?
into like a godfather thing,
Yeah.
like in the music industry. Well, he actually kind of already was, but it's like he's more developed into that now.
Yeah.
This is how you making shit happen. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Lil Uzi. Oh, okay, we took Uzi. You know, it's like
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, oh, go get Jay-Z. Like that's how motherfuckers is now. Everybody go get
That's
Jay-Z.
hard.
You know what I mean? Everybody go get Jay-Z.
Man, we gotta
He makes
protect
it
Jay-Z
happen.
at all costs. Like straight up. And, you know, just seeing somebody like Snoop on that wall, bro, it's like,
It
and
was
it's
he
like,
recording in that studio?
bro, the same
No
booth,
shit.
man, and that shit was so hard.
I wonder what the fuck was Snoop recording in Indianapolis. Not
And
that
it-
shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder.
Probably something back in Tyson's day.
Probably was some
Tyson, it was
off. I
Tyson.
bet you was something on
Mike
that
Tyson.
on that.
Mike Tyson didn't have no reason to be
Black
here.
X
What's that
or
one
something.
called?
Pull out.
It looked, the picture looked kind of
by that time, Snoop was
recent. It
useless.
looked like it was
He
like
probably
not too
recorded
long
something
ago.
on there.
But back, yeah. You would, but back to you real quick though. We mentioned these people when you mentioned that you just started rapping a couple years ago. Have you always been a fan of hip hop?
Man, hell yeah. Yeah, bro, yeah, for sure.
What, like, when you was coming up, 25, let me see if I do the math right, 1994,
We probably
around the time Doggy Style was coming out and the Chronic. When you was coming up, okay, I see you probably got your first shot of ass in like 2006. Damn, that's your first piece of ass. Who influenced you and shit? Like, who was your favorite?
Who you listen to high school? Who you listen to? Like who?
Hey,
Bro,
watch what's
coming
about
up,
to happen. Here we
coming
go.
up, like, bro, my sister, she went to boarding school in Mississippi, and she was already like a little older than me, so she had CDs and had her taste in music. So she went to boarding school. I'm just going through her shit, you know, throwing shit around,
Block is hot.
and you know, like, the first 2 CDs I ever had was T.I. Urban Music, Urban Legend, and Cassidy, I'm a Hustler. Those was the first 2 CDs, and
I went on Cassidy too,
Hey.
but I was on him a little bit. But
Yeah.
I was definitely on that T.I.
I'm sorry for stealing all your shit, your Walkman, your CDs, everything.
Your
But
sister,
Yeah.
tell
All that
sister
shit,
for setting
man.
on the right path.
Yes,
I always
sir.
say that my younger sister one got me listening to music I listened to. I was 9 years old. We used to I'm old. We used to sit out here play, record songs, record ourselves rapping. But I was 9 years old talking about it's the world's biggest dick. No matter if you don't buy it. I'm listening to NWA and shit, you know what I'm saying? But that's how it's always, your love of music usually always comes from somebody older above you.
Yeah.
That T.I. Urban Legend, what was some songs on that? That's the T.I. I love. T.I. was on some shit back
Motivation. What
then.
motivation on that?
It's motivation.
Motivation.
That's,
ASAP.
ASAP.
Yeah.
I came out to that.
I'm thinking of
I remember that shit. I remember that shit. That T.I. back then was incredible. You said Cassidy.
Yeah.
And what stands out about that is the lyricism.
Yeah.
Is that what attracts do you gravitate towards lyrical rappers?
Man, I'm gonna tell you something, like, not really, because, like, okay, those first 2 CDs, those were just the first I listened to. Those first 2 CDs, those were just the first 2 that I listened to, but, like, it was a time where, like, bro, I thought music was corny as hell, bro. Like, when Soulja Boy came out, like, bro, that's when I stopped listening to music. Like,
we had all that, like, it was like when all the dance music and shit started coming out. Soulja Boy did Palace, Lean With It. Also, all that shit.
I couldn't think of that shit. It was in my head.
All that shit started coming out around that time, yeah. So, but that's like when you, like, I was listening to, like, I was still listening to Pat Post.
Yeah.
I was listening to Joel Santana. I was listening
that's my.
to.
I stole that CD from my cousin Vic. What the game's been missing.
Yeah.
I have my bandana tilted all the way.
You know, he rocking the bandana.
Like,
I had to go cop me one.
But it's like, as I got older, like, I remember specifically, like, we was at my homeboy Malcolm crib. He used to stay across the street from Northwest High School in these apartments called Greystone. And we was watching VH1. They was doing something like hottest songs of the 90s or whatever like that. And he had a computer in his room, so, like, as we watching it, we just going back and, like, listening to the music and stuff. Like, I found out about, like, people like Big L, Big Pun, like Chubb Rock and Chuck D and stuff like that.
Yeah. Other artists who aren't really super mainstream.
Yeah. You mentioned Chuck D, and his name was the one that stood out on the list. I'm not Chuck D.
I hear about it all the time.
I like Public Enemy, some of their songs. Their songs are incredible, but
just
Chuck D just talk like this. I'm gonna get my
that's him.
hit you with the fist. Like it's real conversational. You know what I'm saying? Flav gave it the sauce.
In the beginning,
did give it the sauce.
In the beginning of the movie "Do the Right Thing" by Spike Lee, that Fight the Power, bro. When what's the name, Rosie Perez was dancing to it, bro. That shit was so powerful. Like
that motherfucker Fight the Power. Listen, that is
That
hard as fuck. I got that on my playlist to work out on.
I do too.
That shit hard as fuck. But when you said that though, it stood out because even what he lacks in lyrics, he makes up for it in content. When I listen to your CD, and I'm gonna play first joint, I'm gonna play both of the songs you sent me. I'm gonna play this first joint in a minute. When you listen to music, does it affect the way you rap?
Yeah, it does.
So do you, like, when you mention to Chuck D, he's very conscious. That's what he's known for. He's like one of the most conscious rappers ever. Do you incorporate like consciousness in your music, or did you get a chance to in this project at all?
Yeah, but it's like everybody has a different level of what consciousness is, because it's like people who try to take the side between Tupac and Biggie, they'll try to say, well, Tupac was more conscious, but not really. If you look at it,
you really can't argue that point. He was way more conscious than Biggie.
But I would just say this: like an actual street dude back in the days, you know, in New York in the '90s selling crack, that their level of consciousness probably resonates more with what Biggie's saying. So it's like, as far as worldly goes, I say Tupac is more conscious because he's my favorite rapper of all time.
When we say conscious, not to interrupt you, as I interrupt you. When we say conscious though, we talking like where you like the revolutionary mind state, where it's I want to uplift my community. I want to try to figure a way out this shit on, you know, a uniform way. When Biggie, he just talking about I'm selling dope.
Biggie's a hustle.
It was, and that's what regulates Biggie to just a rapper. When we talk about the context of music and shit, what makes Tupac stand out of rap. So when I say conscious, and I'm thinking like a Tupac, a Dead Prez, a Lauryn Hill, a Chuck D, and the person who meshed it probably the best between consciousness and street shit like Tupac. I think the only two other people did that was Nas and KRS-One. Did you agree with that, Eddie?
KRS-One, like, I don't know too much of KRS-One, but I heard plenty of songs to know that he's a conscious rapper. But I feel like Biggie is conscious only because, like, he got songs like Juicy, he got songs like Everyday Struggle, and it's
but
like,
even with Juicy, he just talking about shit. I got a Nintendo now. It's not nothing that you know what I'm saying. It's me.
Okay, if we describing it like that, then yeah.
And I ain't debating this shit though. It's a good debate and stuff. Good for conversation. Cause I'm a Biggie fan. I love Biggie, but when I think about Biggie and Tupac, I think that the only link they have together is their feud, their friendship, and their untimely demise. But as far as the music and shit, I think Nas is more comparable to Tupac as far as the content of the music. But on this, I'm gonna go ahead and kick off this first one. We're gonna listen to it. Have you had a chance to hear any of it? Me and Javar was fortunate enough to listen to it. I listened to it yesterday at work sometime, or today at work sometime. I wanted to have a good ear for it by the time we got to the show. I'm going to kick this one off, man. It's the first joint, Cook It Up. Who produced this?
Oh, Rick and Thaddeus.
Rick and Thaddeus. Shout out to Rick and Thaddeus.
Shout out to y'all, straight up.
We gotta play this.
So where you get your beats and shit from?
Man, well,
Clearly, Mom didn't raise a bitch. We're back. First joint.
Indeed.
And did you name it that? Why did you name it First Joint? Is it because it's the first song off the album?
Yeah, that, and then plus, like, that's what the beat was called, and I couldn't think of a name.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how I be. I like that shit. How y'all feel about it?
Man, yeah, I fuck with that track, man. It was real smooth and it was hitting. You know what I mean? That was something I could ride to, ain't too going too crazy, ain't nothing. That's like, some songs just be too hard to listen to, and then some movies like, man, this shit hit too hard, but that shit hit hard and it's smooth.
What you said that stand out for me is it's smooth, and to me, what's smooth being in my context is like the flow was crisp.
Flow, yep.
Like I listen to flow and lyrics more than I listen to anything. Like I hear the beat after all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for me to digest the lyrics because I listen to lyrics when I'm listening to music, whatever. What inspired that song? Was it just the beat and you just start writing to the beat?
that's what I do immediately. Like, as soon as I hear a beat, I just start writing to it. Then whatever, like, I may not start writing to it right there. I may be listening to it in the car. Then it's just like something gets stuck in my head. Like, I remember how I wrote that. Like, I was just at work, and then it's just like all I kept on repeating was "Mama ain't raised no bitch." Then it's like, you know, it's weird, man. I can't really describe how I go into doing it. Like, it's weird.
You know, it's like, I don't know if you ever do this, but you know, some artists do it, some artists don't. But I learned like it's really a super creative way to record your music. You know, motherfuckers just like they play the beat and you record yourself and they'll just be free, like come up with shit. Cause you come up with melodies and free shit on some air that you might say, like I'm gonna use that, I'm gonna use that, and you might create a cadence to the beat and then just write to your own cadence that you came up with to the beat. You know what I mean?
I do that. Yeah, I do that from time to time. I take out the voice recorder on the phone and just get somewhere quiet, and then, you know, I've been known to take a few sabbaticals at work to.
That's the only time that I could ever get close to it. That's not my art to be able to rap, but there's times where it'd be random.
Yeah, when that blunt hit.
Everything
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You just smoke one, something crazy. It's like, nigga, it don't matter. It's
That's
bad.
how it started, man.
I ain't no professional, so it happens once in a blue moon.
That's how it started, bro.
Like
Like, we just used to get high as fuck in the car, just hotboxing.
Yep.
And on the radio, somebody playing a beat. My cousin,
start
man.
rapping when the blunt's out, and then start rapping.
Well, 8 songs on here on your debut. How hard was it for you to go 8 songs, choruses, hooks, all by yourself? It's hard to write 3 verses.
Man, that's why.
Especially because when you kick that beat off and that first verse, it's all shit that's coming off your head. This shit is hard as fuck. You get to the second verse, like, damn, okay, the second verse cool. I gotta get through this fucking third verse the best way I can. So how hard does that do it for a whole album?
Man, it's crazy, bro. Like, I write a lot, bro. Like, and it's like, man, I write shit just acapella sometimes, bro. So it's like, I already be having, like, for one song, I have 3 different verses, and I'm like really crazy when it comes to that shit, bro. Like,
You got a story,
bro, I just be writing like 3 or 4 different, like for one, like if it's 2 verses in a song, I might write like 3 or 4 different versions of each verse, like, and then it's like the ones that I don't use can just go on another song. It's like some of the verses that you heard on here was from songs that like I wanted to record, I just didn't, or like maybe it was just another verse from a previous song that's already on there. Like, I do that a lot, and that's why I stay ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? I already got a whole nother album worth of stuff written, like, now.
And with that said, do you like plan to make any conceptual albums or conceptual songs? Like, Like it's just thematic. You know what I'm saying when I say that?
Yeah, like the and this brings me to like the second, like the third set of CDs that I ever had. I got the Carter, and then I got Jay-Z's what was that album that was based off American? It was called American Gangster. Yeah. Like that's a conceptual album. Like, bro, like I do want to do something like that, man. But it's hard, man. Like his story was kind of easy because it's like that's his usual subject matter. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can do it just yet, man. Maybe with more progression, I'll be able to do a conceptual album, but I don't think I'm ready for it right now.
Most people who do conceptual albums, it flow easy for them because it's like things that they've been through.
Yeah.
So if you and when you say it's hard, I can understand that because like you have to give a part of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And some people are not comfortable with that. Are you comfortable with putting your personal life into your music? Like when I listen to the music and stuff, what I gather from the CD is that you had a good time in doing it. Like it's your first CD, you excited to get it out, you just want to rap.
Yeah.
Like once, and then it's tough because the greatest debut album I probably heard in my life was Illmatic. And I still find it hard to believe that Nas was a 19-year-old doing that shit. And especially with the One Love song. If we talking conceptual songs and things like that, it's the personal feeling that people put in the music and things like that. Do you think that you could ever do that to where you just sit back and you reflect on like life, not just what you've been through? Because we know that Nas is a great storyteller. To even the things that he rapped about, he hadn't actually been through. He was talking about his buddies in jail or the things he's seen around. And do you think you could convey that like in a story form to where you're not actually just talking about your life, but you saying life through the lens of other people, so to speak?
Yeah, man, I do. I do think I'll be able to do that, like, but it's just progression. It's like, man, right now it's like I'm in the earlier stages of like creativity and as far as like being a wordsmith and all those things, like, but it's like I'm an open person, so I see like when it's like people's like homeless people or something like that, like I often think like when I see them like, damn, I wonder what the fuck they went through today. So it's like, as far as like my mind goes, I can already picture it, but it's like as far as my mind goes, like I can picture it, but as far as my words go, I don't know if I'm able to do it just yet, but like I expect to reach that point sometime soon.
Do you think like the type of beat influence like the way you write too? Like if you just get that, because you know some beats it's like, damn, I can tell a story to this shit.
Yeah. And do
you feel like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, man, when you hear them trap beats and hard 808s, it's like, bro, you want to get on some tough shit immediately. You want to, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's not necessarily who I am, but it's like, when I hear it, it's like, it pull you to a certain place. It's like, you can't, like, if you play a Gucci Man type beat for Nas, he probably wouldn't even want to rap on it because it's not him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah, the beat plays very so much into the song that you're gonna make. Like, it just does.
Who your favorite producer? Since we talking about beats, if you could just do a project with one producer home, like it'd be your Quincy Jones or Michael Jackson, and y'all gonna make, and you gonna put your best foot forward, who would be the producer that you would choose?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He like, and it's like crazy because it's like, I don't know if he underrated, but I feel like he is for whatever reason. But Timbaland, bro, I feel like, man, I feel like he the best, bro. He got the most, him and Pharrell got the most diverse catalog out of every producer. Like, they got songs with Justin Timberlake, they got songs with Jay-Z, Missy Elliott. It's like, I would love to work with Timbaland, bro. Like, he is, man.
Timbaland, he all time great. It's just me personally, I couldn't see him doing a classic album as far as hip hop. He did classical album with Aaliyah, but his sound so the same. Like he got a diverse with the Timberlake and all that. I feel like it's just like this is a Timberland beat, and I think his beats they always overshadow the artist. I've never heard a Timberland beat that didn't. I've never heard a Timberland beat that didn't outshine the artist. Like when you think about one of my favorite Timberland beats, that boom boom, 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 boom. The beat so hard you forget, and Leah's voice so beautiful you forget how simple her lyrics are. But as a lyricist and shit, you want to hear some bars and shit. That's how come if I was just talk, I wouldn't say Timberland, cause I feel like the beat gonna beat me.
I mean, the only person who may have overcame that hurdle was Jay-Z with the Dirt Off Your Shoulder. Like, I feel like Jay made that
Didn't
one.
he do that?
That shit,
They did the Big Pimp too, didn't they?
Did it?
Did Timberland do that? Did he produce that? I'm pretty sure Timberland produced that.
He did have some hard ass beats.
But Jay-Z, he
That
one of
shit
them
with him and
motherfuckers.
Missy,
and
bro,
shit.
that shit was crazy. That should have never be duplicated, bro. Like,
What is that?
him and Missy sound, bro, the chemistry that they had, man, it's like,
Yeah,
it ain't no modern day version of that, and it's probably gonna never come back like that. Like, I don't think so.
I like to hear that shit though. You should do a mixtape. It's just Timberland instrumentals. It just go ahead and just B-side the fuck out of it.
Man, that would be hard. I think I'm gonna do that too. Hey,
Right now, who's your top 5 dead or alive artists?
Hey, all right. Of course, it's Tupac. That's my bro. That's real talk, man. It's like, bro, cause I like, you know what I'm saying. My father was present, but he wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, who, you know, raised me. But it's like, and I feel weird saying it, but it's like Tupac, like, you know what I'm saying. He was like my big brother I never knew type shit. Like my big brother who went to jail for life, and I just never got a chance to see him. But like,
Communicated what you think.
bro, like
music,
I'd be fucking, bro, I'd be about to do something real stupid, and I swear I think would Tupac be proud if I did this? Like I'd be thinking that a lot. Like I feel like he'd be disappointed if I did this. Like, you know,
Kurt, put them chips down, Kurt. Put them. I mean, Kevin. I like you like wrong motherfucker. You ain't talking to me.
like, but straight up though, like Pac #1, in no order. Pac, Biggie, Big Pun, Big L, and Kendrick.
Man, I don't usually intervene in people's list, but Pac and Big A definitely my top 5. You take the rest of those over Jay-Z?
Who'd you have?
Honestly, well, I wouldn't take
Big L and Kendrick.
Big L and Kendrick.
I wouldn't take Big L over Jay, but I feel like I always give credit to like people like Big L because it's like he was raw as hell, like, and it's like Jay-Z, he already here. He on too many people top 5. It's like it would sound generic if I just had him on my top 5.
Nah, if it was your top 5 though.
Yeah, but it's like I recognize him as being a guy, like when it comes to rapping and stuff, but it's like Big L, he just had that weird fucking crazy vibe about him that like I kinda like in rappers more. Like I take somebody like, it's gonna offend a lot of people, but I take somebody like Busta over Jay only because like Busta, he like fucking colorful, crazy videos and shit. Like that's the shit that like being different to kind of like make me like you like more type shit. Like,
Fuck people being offended. It's your list. It's all, you know what I'm saying. What? But I must ask, what classic album does Busta Rhymes have?
Oh, L.E.E.
That's a classic.
I believe so.
Like they fuck with that shit.
Bro, yeah, like, and it's like you can still see his influence to this day. Like these new rappers, is like, bro, he influenced them all. You look at their videos and stuff, like crazy motherfuckers in masks and shit popping out, colorful shit, like little
I
fucking.
ain't never listened to that whole project like that, so I don't know. But
I like Busta and shit, and that's unique because I never heard anybody mention in their top. I like Busta though. Big L, he nasty. He has some of the most incredible punches ever. That fucking Ebonics.
The best one, bro. His best line. What is it?
I like,
Run up on you like Machine Gun Kelly with a black skelly. Put one in your belly, leave you smelly, then take your pelly. That was one of the hardest lines I ever heard in my life.
His best part would be Axe Beavis, so I don't get nothing but head. That's my shit right there. That's that hard shit. That Ebonics was hard as fuck. Big L, he was smart, got snuffed out before his time. Well, it was his time, but he had so much potential. Big Pun can rap, but I cannot get into a Big Pun album. Big Pun can fucking spit the way he put syllables in little ass words and shit, but he's not relatable. When I think about my favorite, this is everybody who I can relate to in some sort of way. So, and I can't relate to but Big Pun and shit, man. He can snap like a motherfucker and shit, but I don't know, but that's a good list though. A lot of people like it's unique in the sense that it's not conforming to everybody, but for me, Tupac, he's the definitive rapper for me. He's my favorite.
He represents a whole generation, bro. Like that'll never be done again. It's like it's crazy, but like I don't even think you could be legendary like no more. Like I feel like it's hard to be legendary. Like Tupac was probably the last, like I'd say the last legendary type figure in rap that I feel like Jay-Z, he like a legend too. It's like it's other people that are legends, but it's like the fact that Pac died, then it's like he was on top of the game when he went out. Then he had so much potential and so much to do left. It's like I don't know if that could be top. Like Jay-Z's gonna end up being the old man, and we gonna recognize him for being like the legend who he grew in to be. But it's like Tupac is still on a whole nother realm. He like
this the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
You go back to what I was saying earlier. How Tupac wanted a rapper. He's the first, only, and last of his ilk. He's the only rapper who transcended hip hop in the way he did because of the social point of views. Yeah. And so when you say the only legend, he's the only legend in that lane. But as far as legends, it's a bunch of them in hip hop.
Yeah, but it's like.
But
you know
the thing is though, it's like he's over here.
Yeah.
It's like he in his own room with it. But legends stuff, you mentioned Kendrick. Kendrick going down as a legend.
Yeah.
He going down as a legend. J. Cole going down as a legend. It's hard to see somebody coming up after them unless you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can't just play yourself to the side when you say it's not gonna be no more legends. You gotta start looking at yourself and shit like
let me fix that.
Yeah.
Like, cause like it's like what you said. Like when I say like he's a legend, he's really legendary and maybe the last one. I meant like in a room by itself, like how Michael Jordan is definitively like everybody puts him above everybody else, like leagues and bounds, like even above Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
It was like everybody else is just gonna be Larry Bird, LeBron's, Kobe's, and stuff like that. But it's like it's Michael and then it's Tupac, Muhammad Ali. Like those is like three lanes you can't get into. You can't get in the room with them people like Cole,
Totally agree.
Kendrick, everybody. Y'all, they gonna be legends, of course. But it's like Tupac is still just in this floating castle somewhere type. You know what I'm saying?
We about to play this way up. I gotta keep getting close to the motherfucking screen. She got on the cool camera without no glasses. Forgive me for my little bit of arrogance. But we about to play this way up. Who produced this?
Oh, Rick and Thaddeus, they produced that as well.
Did they produce the majority of your stuff?
I think they did 5 songs on it.
Okay. We're gonna play this, then we're gonna come back. I got another question for you before we wrap it up. I'm talking like I'm on the radio. Stay tuned. See you. When I was little, I used to listen to Flow. When I first started listening, like I didn't understand Flow. And I think the best flow in the game is still 3 people. Jay-Z, Eminem, and Andre fucking 3000.
I did not. That's all I was thinking.
Andre be damn near dancing.
I didn't realize how complicated Jay-Z flow was, so I started trying to rhyme his shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, this nigga.
He got
put
good
shit
breath
together.
control.
Yeah,
and that's the thing about Pun.
Yeah.
Pun has some incredible fucking breath control. We back. Shout out to Kevin Kobain. That was Way Up. Produced by Thaddeus and who?
No, Rick and Thaddeus.
Rick and Thaddeus. They like the new Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. I was trying to find that duo, man. I was trying to find that duo. I like that track, man. I was going through your track list, and I think I said that First Joint was my favorite, but Port might be. I like that shit. That shit hard on the motherfucker. You get a chance to hear that shit?
Yeah.
I like that shit. Your name Kevin Kobain. I wanted to ask this at the beginning. What inspires you to that name? Was it something like Teen Spirit?
Nah. Nah, it just sounded hard.
It sounded
hard.
Yeah.
And that's most people hear that they allude to the late great grunge rocker Kurt Cobain from the group Nirvana. Do you listen to anything outside of hip hop or R&B?
Yeah, man. Like I listen to certain things. Like I mean, I like Rick James, bro. Like, bro, that motherfucker was an alien, bro. Like straight up Rick James, bro.
What type of shit? What kind of music? I ain't even listen to everything.
Bro, that's
R&B,
like that type of shit.
Yeah, his shit hard though, bitch. Give it to me, baby.
bro.
He got
I
some
heard
shit.
that.
Bro,
I was like,
nigga, and glitter and everything.
You
Getting
got
all
your
this
Missy
shit.
Jackson 5.
You fuck with him, you fuck with Rick James.
Yeah, bro, like all that, like,
He was the best singer that couldn't sing.
Oh, yeah.
bro.
Him and was a white girl named on Fire and
Was he
Desire.
the one
They
on
was just
Sister
hollering on that
Tierra Marie?
motherfucker. They was hollering back and forth, but that song hard as fuck.
Bro,
That shit hard as fuck. I'll say can't sing, he can sing better than me, but
Yeah.
he just had that style. His style was so fucking cold to me. I'm really downplaying his talent. He can sing.
Yeah.
He was cold though. I'm trying to think who you talking
Who
about.
else do that? I'm thinking about James Brown.
James Brown. That nigga ain't done the
that
good
nigga
for
was
us.
the first mumble rapper.
Well,
James Brown.
Yeah, all that shit. James Brown, man, I was just looking up some stuff. He used to fuck with Tammy Terrell. Y'all familiar with Tammy Terrell? Y'all familiar with her once I say the songs. Ain't nothing like the real thing with Marvin Gaye. You all need. That was a female duet on there. He used to beat the shit out of her. She was one of those women, because she died when she was only 24 years old of brain cancer. She was the type of woman who was addicted to abusive men because she got into a relationship with David Ruffin. He used to beat her ass too. Fast.
All this before 24?
24, man. And they lived rough in the 60s. Look, they had bars and shit, get beat by dogs, straight with water hose.
Man,
Sitting in the blacks only section.
drinking gin straight out the bottle too.
but she passed away, and they said that when she collapsed from her brain cancer, Marvin Gaye was there, held her in his arms and stuff. And when she passed away, that he was the only person from Motown, the record label that they was on, that their family allowed to come to the funeral because the business deal was so shady in here. And they said that that's what started his downward spiral. Like they was platonic friends and co-workers as far as music go, but they were so close that started him on drugs and depression and stuff. On what happened to her.
Nas talked about that on a song, didn't
Yeah, Nas. We're talking about when they rough and busted up on her shit. Yeah. It's crazy because
Song trick this shit.
domestic violence, what they call it today, it was so common. Like, chicks used to get their ass whooped and nobody cared.
Man, they was catching the people's elbow.
And the world was a better place.
I remember back when babysitter, man, got beat up by her boyfriend, man, the cops were there. I forgot the stipulation of the situation, but they basically told her they couldn't do nothing about it. I forgot what exactly happened, but they had got into it. He put his hands on her some more shit, but they ended up telling her, you know, we was in the good too, so you know how that shit go.
Yeah.
I was in the project,
Kill
so,
each other.
Yeah, so.
But I don't even know where the fuck that came from. It's just me being on Wikipedia. I learned some shit and I just decided to share it with y'all. But this is what we always ask people. 5 years from now, you old, washed up, 30 years old, knees hurting, back hurting.
Damn, that's a
Going bald. It happens to the best of us.
5 years, bro.
No, 5 years from now, though,
5 years.
this album 5 years old. By the way, great album. Once you push the shell out, it is. We're gonna talk about how people can hear it and stuff, where they can find it on social media. But 5 years, 2 questions. How many albums do you want to have by then, and where do you see yourself at in 5 years?
5 years, I want to at least be 6 albums deep by that time. Like, not even to mention like mixtapes and EPs and stuff. Like, but six real studio albums. That's how many I picture. And at least two or three of them gotta be platinum. Like, straight up. That's what I picture. And like, where I see myself, like, after 6 albums, I'll probably be, if not just getting started doing it, like probably a pen experiment with like movies and directing and like writing and all that, like stage plays and things of that nature.
You might got a candidate.
Like, and like I want to write books, man. Like I want to write a book on like psychology, bro. Like it sound weird, and I can't really put into words what I mean by that. But like, you know, just like the hood psychology, bro. Like dissect the mind of a black man in America, like a book, like something like that. And then like, you know, like so many like ideas that I got like for like scripts and things of that nature. It's like I want to be more than just Kevin Kobain, the rapper, in 5 years, bro. Like how the Rock, they don't call him the Rock no more. They call him Dwayne Johnson. Like everybody just, I want them to refer to me as my real name in 5 years. Like that's how famous, like, you know what I'm saying, I want to get, like, when you reach that next level. But on the way there, I'm not gonna do anything dishonorable. I'm not gonna do anything that I would look back and, you know what I'm saying.
So you saying something that David put on the dress?
I ain't doing none of that shit. Saying this in the camera right now. If that's the cost of fame, then hey.
I'll pick up that lean too.
No, bro, I'm good. I'm good at being the local legend, bro. It ain't. Bro, I got a son, bro. Like,
Show me the
you know what I'm saying? Bro, I got a
You
son,
ready to
bro.
go for what? What you do? You suck at what?
I ain't saying no
If
such
it's
thing,
in the
bro.
envelope, you said show me the envelope, nigga. So what are we?
We just saying.
What you gonna do? Put it up to the sun?
I get what he's saying, but most people say that and then
Okay.
they get to the point where, not you, but that's why I said it from a third person point of view. Show the nigga the envelope, because that's what they always say.
Now he
Because
ain't moving the goal
everything
line.
get there.
Now he changed it. All
Nah,
right.
that's what it was. It was everybody get there. And next thing you know, Kevin Hart got on the dress. You know, and what's the envelope look like?
That's
Of
a
course,
good
I'm
envelope.
ignoring the sucking dick part. Like, we not done.
No, because that was original, you know what I'm saying? So you said show me the envelope, so I was confused.
10 times. That's not what it is.
I was confused, man, but listen, I'm glad you cleared it up. Man. I'm no
PG
longer,
version
I'm
of
no
what you're
longer-
saying. What he's saying is you're going to jeopardize your morals for. It ain't just suck dick. That's just everybody in Hollywood suck dick.
If you put a dress on, you might as well go rest away.
As soon as you walk in the Paramount building. Oh shit, not again.
But listen though.
God damn, guys, not again.
Jesus, guys.
Oh shit! Hey, that's one of the most diverse answers because we asked everybody who come on about the 5-year plan. That's a hell of a fucking plan. It seemed well thought out. Have you written anything like far as screenplay or anything to that sort?
And you know how it is. Like, you know, you always write a little somewhere. You know, but writing a script is hard. Like, it's easy to come up with an idea in your head until you look at the blueprint and you got to realize it's like 100 to 200 to 300 pages. You got to have that dialogue, continuous story plots, like interchangeable stories and things of that nature. Like, you know, like, so of course I've done it, like, at least just like write a plot. But like, it's a lot more to go into like writing scripts. It's like you got to be committed to doing that.
I
Like,
wrote a couple plots. I ain't never did none with them.
It ain't really. Go ahead. What you saying?
I was just saying, I wrote a couple plots. Like back in the day, you know, high school, middle school, they probably weren't too good. Of course, I know they wasn't, but you know what I mean, I definitely wrote over like this is the storyline, this is how this character, they used to draw. Really was more like fictional.
Yeah.
You know, more fictional, you know, because back in I ain't experienced none, of course. So everything was
Fucking
fictional.
recess was fucking
Anyway.
vital. Recess was fucked up today. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, when you self-contained or if you in control of it, you dictate the length of it ain't gotta be 200-300 pages and shit. Man, one of the toughest parts in writing, like if you try to write a novel, I think is dialogue. But if you're doing something like a script writing, this is dialogue kind of easy and shit, because it's just he saying and he saying and he saying things. But anyway, that's another story. It's definitely been a privilege having you on the show. Definitely enjoy kicking it with you. I don't get things just a one-time listen. I bang, you know what I'm saying? I ride around, listen to it, especially with good music, which this is to me. And I ain't just saying that shit because you hear. I actually like it. Can you tell people exactly where they can find your music at and where they can find you at on social media?
all right, my Instagram is Kevin Kobain 24. Facebook page, fan page is Kevin_Kobain 24. You can find it on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, everything you can think of. Amazon, Pandora is there. You know, I prefer that motherfucker buy this shit, but you know,
I'm saying, shit, man, you ain't working for free. Tell them the pay sites. Shit, don't tell them the free sites.
Apple Music only. For disregard the last statements is nowhere but Apple Music. $7.92.
What's up?
Straight up, I support anything because, you know, all that all that it counts, you know, all the streams, even on YouTube for free, like it all count. Like at the end of the day, I just want to know people is liking it, is getting received well, like I did a good job, or I'm not one of those people who only want to hear the good. Like I want to hear the bad too. Like, you know, any feedback is good, because I'm not gonna stop rapping just because you have a bad opinion, or you know, you didn't like something. Tell me what it is, so maybe I could work on it. Like, you know, so that's everything that people need to know, and hopefully more and more people get to see it and listen to it and take it in and digest it, and not just listen to it once and throw it away or start ashing on it. Like if I handed you out a real CD, like this is what the streets been waiting for. Throw it out the window. Don't disrespect me, man. Come on, man.
And you said you had a YouTube page?
Yeah.
And what is that again? Can't understand.
Well, that's just Kevin Kobain topic. I'm dropping my first video actually to the first song, Cook It Up, and that's gonna be on my YouTube page, Kevin Kobain.
I thought you put a comment and shit. I thought the sentence was gonna keep going.
Yeah,
but I'll definitely go subscribe to that. Listen, if you on YouTube, go check out Kevin Kobain. Check out his music on Apple Music. Again, it's been a pleasure having you here. Enjoy the conversation. Anything you want to say? Mr. Renaissance.
Man, love the project, man. Project was great.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I've been telling people, man, we doing some things with artists. Ain't nobody hit me up yet, but shit, we gonna shoot you a video, do a photo shoot, you know, on us, on TCK, man. It's on the house. So whenever think of a song, whatever you might want to do a video to, hit me up on Instagram, man. We plan it out, man. So
yeah,
that's on.
People gotta take advantage of stuff, man. I don't understand
I
that.
don't know nobody reach out. I'm just like, yeah.
these.
So yeah, just man, you know. So like I said, man, make sure everybody follow us. Full episode coming out on YouTube channel Friday, and man, a lot more content coming out.
Our favorite Muslim.
Let me stick to Mike, man. It's good to meet another young man out here in the streets, young brothers hustling Naptown, Indianapolis, whatever you want to call it. This is my home as well, so it's always good to see that. I look forward to down the road somewhere soon. We can all get together, you know. And I'm big on that camaraderie, man. Because one thing I feel like Indianapolis misses, I'm gonna get off this soapbox before I get on the soapbox, but we're just the spots where everybody just kicking, man. Cause there's a lot of cool artists, a lot of cool people, talents that come through, sitting in the same seats you're sitting in. Kind of like that booth feeling when you see Snoop Dogg. There's been a lot of great artists that come through, and they're right here, homegrown. But every time I hit the clubs, where are my people? I run to where's everybody hanging at, man? Young, old nigga trying to become young again. So y'all let me know where the spots at. I'm pulling up, man. Look, I'm ready to get back out there, man. So I just wanted to say that, like, it's time. You know, fire up a couple of cruises or something, hot box, you know. Ran out of spots, so it's good to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, man. Straight up, thank y'all.
You definitely want to know something about you. Definitely said something that's poignant and should be discussed as far as what's going on here. They gotta make it hot, you know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna take that one person and shit. Everybody staring at the door is gonna take somebody to kick that motherfucker down. And then when that happens, it should open up the doors for a lot more people.
Should we do a Jussie?
You
Or
really
like a rapper get shot, like
how many
10 times?
You know, this one in here and shit.
I ain't
You
trying
can
to
take a
get
bullet.
shot.
But like, we ain't gonna hit you but one.
I said we ain't gonna-
20, like niggas said 20, they let out 20 right there, circle center, man. Niggas was pulling out. Hey man, it's like the Tupac downstairs of the recording studio, man. It's a wrap,
I'm
man.
gonna fall right over your
We put
head.
that hashtag out
Don't
there.
jump, nigga.
Tell the tourists, don't worry, they dropped the 15 charges. You get out.
Oh, I'm definitely sure these motherfuckers, the main motherfucker. I got a daughter.
Where that
They dropped the charge. You be out walking like this.
Hey, but
thought
look
he had
though.
Johnny Cochran on the case.
Hey,
Nah, actually, you got to stay up here.
one thing my squad for being up in here, keeping it going on, continuously being the best podcast they never heard of. Thank everybody for tuning in. Thank our guest again, Kevin Kobain. Make sure you check out his music. It's definitely worth listening to. And shout out to all the other guests who came over here who was in the contest with him, American and C-Dub. Y'all stay up. We're going to roll out with this song again, the first joint. Check him out.
The Conceited Knowbody. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m.